Welcome to the May Par-Tay rallycross drivers meeting. I'm Keto.
And I'm Katie. And this is your virtual drivers meeting. So please watch this video all the way through. We have a bunch of good information about the event, what to expect, how to prepare, what is required, all of those good things. If you are watching this video, you probably also got an email from us. If you're competing, you definitely got an email from us. So be sure to read all the details in the email. There is an updated event schedule. So what you have been seeing on the website, on Facebook, on Motorsport Reg is now slightly updated. Just we figured out the final schedule for this new venue. So just be sure you take a look at that and take note of the changes. This video has two parts. We're going to talk at you for not too long, and then there is a second video linked in the comments of the video that is all about how to read rallycross cones. So be sure to watch that all the way through, whether you are new or experienced. Just give it a watch and make sure you know what to expect there. This race is 2 days. Half of the competitors race one day, half of the classes race one day, and the other half race the other day. If you signed up for fun runs, you will be driving on both days. If you did not sign up for fun runs, you do not need to attend both days. Just come on the day for your class. When you arrive, you will sign a waiver at the gate. You will then be directed to go park. One note about this venue, the one downside is that it's really limited on parking. So we are going to ask that everyone be really mindful, follow instructions and park where you're told to park, and just keep your space kind of compact so that we can fit everybody in. Should be fine as long as we're all respectful.
Yeah, we'll have people who arrive just in cars, parking in one area, and then people who have trailers to be parking in another, and it will be pretty tight. So when you come in there and you see the trailers, going to be parking by other trailers.
Yep.
So, all right.
Yep. So you're going to come in, you're going to park, you're going to get your little paddock area set up, and then you're going to get ready for tech inspection. And one thing to note, we are still kind of early in this 2023 season. Seems like it's a good time for a reminder. We have a 90-minute block of time for you to get ready to get into tech. Well, let me rewind. We open the gates 30 minutes before tech inspection opens, and then you have a 90-minute block of time to get ready for tech, get through tech, get checked in, and get your course walking done. If you think about it, course walking takes about 20, maybe 30 on a long course, 20 to 30 minutes, and you want to walk multiple times. So if you work backward from when you have to be ready to go, that's a pretty short amount of time to get through a lot of things. And so what we ask of all of you is to plan ahead, show up with enough time to do all those things so that you are through tech inspection and you've done your course walk and you're ready to race. What happens if you are late and we have to scramble and pull staff to come do a tech inspection and get you checked in, it delays the rest of the event for everyone else. And so just plan ahead, be respectful, get that done. So tech inspection, you want to talk about what you check there?
Yeah, if you make it through all that and get to tech inspection, we just ask that the car is race ready. Just as you're going to race it, take all of your luggage and tools and everything out of the car. Make sure the floor mats are out, all that sort of thing. Empty car. Make sure that you have all the stickers on, sponsor stickers, your numbers. Make sure that you bring your helmets. If you have a co-driver or somebody can ride along, make sure that those helmets get the helmet certification sticker also. And then there'll be the mechanical check. We're going to go all around, make sure your wheels aren't going to fall off, throttle returns, batteries solid, you have a brake pedal, all that stuff. So it'll be really easy if you have all of this stuff ready to go before you get to tech, because if you get there, they are going to try and help you get through it, but you are going to delay it for people. And you may have to, if you have your luggage in the car, you're going to have to empty it. They're going to make you go and take it all out. So just for efficiency, let's just be ready to go.
The two most common things that happen in tech: one, you forgot your helmet, have to go back and get it. Two, the positive battery terminal is not covered.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. Yeah. That is a big one. That one. So you can cover it with electrical tape. Factory covers are a really great way to do that. Yeah. And as much as we want to help you get through tech, if the non-existent helmet just, there's nothing
There
to
you
put
go.
a sticker on, so.
And make sure you have your numbers on before you come through tech, because we'll
Yeah.
check those as well.
Yeah, please have contrasting numbers. Like a blue Subaru with blue tape is incredibly difficult to read. And if numbers are up higher also, or if they do get muddy, please wash them off so people can see them. Yeah.
Once you're through tech, we're going to check you in. So you just drive straight through.
Yep.
And at check-in, all we do is look at your driver's license. We confirm your number and your class, and then we send you on your merry way. So that part's pretty quick. Once you're done with that, go park your car, take time, walk the course, try and walk it a couple times. Once that time block is over for this race, we'll see if we continue this or not. We are going to have a mandatory drivers meeting. So everyone, all drivers, all workers, everyone will need to come to this meeting. We're going to take some time to review a few rallycross basics. We've noticed that in the last 3 years, we've been doing virtual drivers meetings because of COVID initially, but it's actually been really helpful to get a lot of this info out to you guys early. We noticed that there are some lapses, even with our experienced drivers, in remembering a few key details and penalties and things like that. So we're just going to do a quick refresher. We're going to have a meeting this time that's mandatory.
Yeah. Also gives us a chance to talk to you all about the event specific stuff, that particular venue, or a schedule change or something like that. Just keeps everything fresh and updated.
Yep. So we'll do the drivers meeting, and then if you are working the course, you will head out to your work assignment. If you're racing, you're going to go to grid, get lined up to race. You'll get a parade lap when you're racing, which is just one lap of the course at slow speed. And then we get to racing. We have a time slot. So we have 3 hours for the race session. So we'll get as many laps in that time as we can. We usually know about the second lap, how many laps we're going to do. This venue, we will likely do a tractor break halfway through each of the run groups. And then we take a lunch break. Lunch break will be an hour from when we stop. And then if you worked the morning, you will race the afternoon. If you raced the morning, you will work the afternoon. Did I get that right? Oh, geez, that was hard. Okay, great.
Yep.
So,
so we'll have tractor and water, just to be clear.
Yeah, great. So those are a lot of the details. So you've gotten through tech. We've done the meeting. You're lined up at grid. It is now your turn to race. You're at the start line. What do people need to know?
Well, first thing is that you want to have your helmet on. They may ask to check your chin strap. Make sure the seatbelt's on, make sure that the window is not open more than 1 inch. And then if you have passengers, all the same thing applies to them. Their window has to be up also. And seatbelt and helmet, of course. No one can be holding a phone or a camera, or honestly, even a water bottle, anything in their hands. If you want to record stuff, please just get a solid mount, and then you don't have to worry about that coming loose and floating around inside the car.
If you are the driver, it's your responsibility to make sure your passengers know that.
Yes.
If we see that they're holding something in their hands, we will red flag you.
Yes.
You will get a DNF for that lap. So very important. It's a safety issue.
Yes. You are in control. You're pilot in command, so you get to say so, and it's also your responsibility in the car. Yeah.
So if somebody is out on course, and all of a sudden they come upon an element and a cone is down.
Yeah.
What do they do?
Well, if it's corn,
if there's a corn in the middle of the road,
might be tasty, but I don't know. So if there's a cone down, you have 2 options. That cone is down. Any cone that is on its side does not count against you. So that cone will not count against you. So you can drive as if it doesn't exist, which may mean a shorter path, or you can stop, point at the cone momentarily, and then get back on your pony and get moving because there's somebody behind you. Also, it is your advantage to get moving again because you get to see the course at speed. Okay, and that you will get a rerun because you stopped and pointed at the cone and it was, out of place. So those are your 2 options. If you don't stop and you go to the next element and decide you wanted to stop, well, it's too late. So, and you can't come to us after the run and be like, hey, the cone was down. I didn't stop, but it was down. It's continued. So,
yeah.
Yep.
You just didn't say this part. I want to say it. If you stop and point at the cone, make sure a course worker sees you pointing at the cone, and then get on your pony.
Yes.
You want to be sure they know that you're pointing at the cone.
Yes.
Exactly. What if they're driving along and they see a red flag being waved?
If you have a red flag being waved and you see that, you need to come to a stop as quickly as you can in a controlled manner. You will wait for the course worker to come up and give you directions. They will likely get directions from whoever is running the course, myself or Drew or Katie or Christy. And will either usually tell you, drive at parade speed or cut back to course or some specific direction and, get the cars moving. Sometimes we in the heat of the moment kind of lose track that there's a car stopped out on course because we also can't see it. There is a lot of elevation changes in this one, so there are things to hide behind from control. So if it is okay, once it sounds like we have things going again, if you want to call in and ask about the car, I may tell you, give me a minute and I'll deal with it, or I may not even know it's there.
That's for a course worker.
For a course worker. Yeah, because I've stopped your car out on course and you're waiting for direction. And my first order of business is to deal with whatever the situation is that has caused the red flag and make sure that we have a safe course. Car stopped out on courses, a little lower on the control on the what's the word I'm looking for?
Priority.
On the priority. And so, I may actually kind of forget about it. So it's okay if you call in and, remind me, but let's leave the airways clear at first so we can get everything sorted.
What if you are the reason for the red flag? What if they stopped you? Why would they do that?
Well, if they stopped you, it could be because there's a car ahead of you that has a problem and you're catching up to it. It also could mean that you have a D-bead or there's something scary going on with your vehicle, and that they could be shutting you down for that. Those are a couple of the main reasons that you would get shut down. Now, if you have a D-bead, on your first D-bead, you get to an opportunity to fix it. You have a 10-minute window to either get it the bead seated or put a new wheel on. New wheel is faster, and get back out there, and then we give you a rerun. At that point, might I suggest that you increase tire pressure or something along those lines, because if you get another D bead, you will be given a DNF. We do not want you to race with a deflated tire because it promotes rollover. And additionally, we don't want you running across our finish cable with a tire that will just slice it. So those are the two reasons. The safety is the main reason, but secondary, if we do have you push back through course, please drive around the finish instead of over the cable if you happen to be in that area.
Yeah, we'll have a worker wave you around. Just don't be surprised.
Yeah, just to let you know.
All right.
So
that's a whole bunch about driving. Driving is only half your day. The other half of the day you'll spend working. Everyone gets assigned a course working assignment.
That's right.
For the most part, you are going to be out on course working a corner, which means you'll be responsible for a set of cones and making sure they're always kept in their accurate position, and then radioing back penalties. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. First things first, some safety issues. You must wear an orange only reflective vest when you are out on course. We provide those. If you have one you want to wear that's your own, that's fine, but it must be orange, cannot be yellow.
Or any other color.
Or any other color. Yellow is just the most common one we see. So you must wear a vest. You must always be on your feet unless we tell you that we are taking like a tractor water break or some other break. Otherwise, you must be standing the entire time. You need to have your eyes on the course and on the cars at all times. So no phones, no cameras. If we see any video or pictures from course, you will be asked to go.
Also, no back facing course. We do sometimes see people facing each other talking, and one person has their back to course, and you will not see the car coming. I've been on this earth 50 years. I'm still waiting for that person with the eyes back here.
Dad joke. All right. So our expectation is that you track every car as it comes through your areas, but this is for two reasons. One, safety. Two, the other part is that you are responsible for seeing if a car hits a cone. If you are turned doing something else and you look back and there's a cone down, put it back, make sure it's in the right place, but do not call that in as a penalty because you did not see the car hit it and you cannot accurately say when it was hit. If you were like, oh, that was up when the last car went through, like your memory, your judgment, none of ours is good enough to remember that. So if you did not see the car hit it, put it back, it does not count as a penalty, which is why it's so important to watch. Just take the same care you would want everyone else to take when you're out racing as well. So if a cone does get hit, you will signal to your captain. If you are not the captain, you'll signal to your captain, you know, 1 cone, 2 cones, whatever it might be, just signal to them. And then you want to go put it back where it was. Use little tricks to make sure you know where your cones go. So you can, if you have like a slalom, for example, you can pace those out, count the number of steps between cones. If you have like a pointer, an upright and a pointer cone, use a rock to indicate, of course, a rock to indicate what to line that cone up with. Just give yourself some tricks to make sure it goes back in the accurate spot. What happens is over the course of a day, if people are not careful putting cones back exactly where they were, either an element can tighten up or it can loosen up. If it loosens up, that allows cars to go through much faster. It can become a safety risk. So you guys have a pretty big responsibility up there.
Yeah. Yeah. We are often using the gap between the cones to control speed. So if it opens up, well, it opens up the speed too.
Yep. Let's talk a bit about radio calls. If you are a captain, you'll be given a radio, you'll be given a red flag. Keep the red flag on your person. You can have it in your hand, or you can like stick it in your pocket, but it must be very close. It cannot be in the bucket with your fire extinguisher. You have to have it on you. Your radio has to be on at all times. You have to be either holding it or it can be clipped to your vest, but you have to be able to hear it and access it really easily. If somebody hits a cone at your corner, listen for clear airways. Don't talk over anyone, and then just say COM 1, car 1, 2, 3, 1 cone. Wait for a confirmation from timing. If you didn't get a confirmation, give it a second and then repeat your call. Hey, timing, did you hear? COM 1, car 1, 2, 3, 1 cone, and then wait for confirmation. We'll do a radio check before when all the captains go out just to make sure everything works, but it's really important that you're listening, because you might hear us say red flag, red flag, red flag, and the expectation is you pull out that red flag, you wave down the car, you bring them to a stop, you listen for instructions. As Keto said, keep the airways clear. We have to solve, usually there's some kind of urgent situation. We have to solve the urgent situation. Then you will be given instructions. And to his point, if at the point where we're giving instructions, you don't hear instructions for your car, just do a quick radio check back in and say, I have car 1, 2, 3 at my COM.
Yeah. Yeah. One thing that I saw the last few races, just to be really clear, if somebody knocks a cone down, or hits a cone, it is a cone call. If they go around the wrong side of the element, that is a gate call. There were a couple mix-ups where people were like, oh, they hit a gate. They hit a cone. They went around the wrong side of a gate, just to be super clear there. Because it is it's a big penalty difference.
2 versus 10 seconds.
So let's just make sure that we get those sort of things accurate in the same manner you would want it called for you.
And that's why it's important to watch the cone video at the end. When you get to the end of this video, just be sure you know the difference. One other thing in terms of course working, but just also for the day, we will be in George, Washington. It also can show up as Quincy, just for everyone to know, and it's because it's in a little unincorporated spot. But anyway, it's going to be warm. So far as we know, it's going to be a sunny, warm day. Right now, it's looking like it'll be in the low 70s, but leading up to the race, it's going to be in the high 80s. So just keep tabs on the forecast, because
coming out of winter, there's going to be a few people who are going to have a few sunburns.
Bring your sunscreen, bring lots of water, bring electrolytes. Be sure, like, bring a lightweight long sleeve, like protect your person for standing out in the sun for 3 hours. We're little Pacific Northwest people that aren't quite ready to emerge yet. So take care of yourselves.
One thing just real quick too, when I went out there, they gave me wrong directions on the address.
Yes, that's right.
So it is actually very, very close off of the freeway. You will take the exit. You'll see there is a big commercial gas station there and Microtel.
Yeah, it's called the something Microtel.
Yeah, and so that is your exit. Directions have sent me one exit past. You can loop back fairly easily, but we will have some signage out at the road as well, because the driveway is sort of mid corner and it's easy to also miss. So if you get to the grain silos, turn around. You have just passed it. So it's easy to do. So just giving you a heads up right now, so we don't have a bunch of people
Yeah,
lost, but we'll throw some signage out
and some
there.
cones.
Yeah, and some
So
cones,
look for
and
cones.
also just remember it is mid-bend, so be very careful of oncoming traffic before
Mhm.
you know, try and cross into the driveway.
And we've put coordinates into the email, so
Yes.
rely on the coordinates. If you look it up on a map, it may show up as Community MX,
Yes.
but previously it was also tagged as I-90 MX. So
Yes.
that might help you as well. So
Yes.
we'll give you a little dot on the map that hopefully will be helpful so you all can make it there.
That's right. That's right. And this is Phil Clark's backyard. So if you need anything, we can just go to his house.
Oh yeah, let's just put
I'm-
his email in the, or his address in the email.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Or his
Phil,
personal
thanks.
phone number. Yeah.
Yeah, his personal phone number. He'll be there to help you out.
No, don't bother. Seriously,
joking.
we're joking.
That's a joke. Poor Phil. Okay, so a couple of housekeeping items. This is a spectator friendly event. This is a family friendly event. So please come, bring your friends, bring your family. They also need to park considerately because like we said, it's kind of tight. Dogs are welcome. Just a couple rules. One, dogs must be on a leash. You must pick up after them. Please don't leave poop around the venue. Please take care of your own garbage. Leave the place cleaner than you left it. Ride-alongs are allowed if you are older than 12 years old and have a helmet that meets the rules. Come get a ride along with your friends. Super fun. But this is our first time in the venue, so come support the local community. There's a little town called Quincy nearby. Pop into the restaurant, support them. We want to take good care of the venue, take good care of the community, so they invite us back. Keto went out last week and built a pretty cool track.
Yeah.
It should be a really, really good time. So yeah, there's no concessions at this venue. So come prepared, bring your water, bring your snacks, bring everything you'll need because there's not too much close by. I think it's like a 15-minute drive to anything.
Yeah, I mean, there's a big like
There's a
gas
gas
station with
station.
a mini mart, and there's coffee place next to it. I think also a little place. I don't know what's in Quincy, so
Clearly. Nonetheless, this is going to be a really fun event. Thank you all for being a part of it. If you have any questions, you can reply to the competitor email that you got, or you can, if you for some reason didn't get it, but you're still watching this video, you can email us info@nwrallyassociation.com. Otherwise, we will see you all in a week.